What's up, everyone? This is a speed paint that I just finished about 20 minutes ago, and I kind of wanted to talk about the things that I learned and discovered while copying this reference, or at least trying to put it into some kind of stylistic portrait. I personally don't think I achieved that very well, but that's what this video is for. I just kind of wanted to talk about the things I learned, things I did good, things I think I did bad, and whatnot. So my first failure of this study, or I shouldn't say failure because in everything that we fail, we learn. So is it really a fail? I don't really know. But would be, I think, likeness. At the end, it does turn into looking quite like the reference. But for a while there in the early stages when I start adding color, it honestly looks really creepy, like some kind of Michael Jackson Momo had a child type thing. Ugh, it was creepy, and I don't know why it was looking like that, and I should know why, and because I don't know why, I feel like I lack control in my art. The second struggle that I am seeing is that I drew the body or the shirt like way too big, and even the head is a bit large. I think like the back area, when I compared it to the reference 1-to-1, my head was bigger. And while that can be a stylistic thing, I didn't mean for it to be like that, and that kind of annoys me because I want to have full control over my strokes and my shapes, and I just lose control of them. But the third struggle I had would be the nose. Even like 5 minutes before I'm done with it, I'm still trying to get the nose to look right. I have no idea, like I zoomed in on the reference and on my painting, and later on the nose looks like identical to me, but when I zoom out it just looks wrong, and I'm like, I don't understand. But anyway, getting away from the struggles I had, I think one thing that I did really well in my opinion, like I'm really proud of it, like humbly, is that I think I was picking really good colors and very consciously as well. For a very long time in my art journey, I always just kind of randomly picked colors based on what I thought they were, but now I actually take time before picking a color to look at the reference, and I'm like, that kind of looks like a desaturated blue. Instead of going to the blues, actually you kind of just go more to the gray because all the colors are connected through gray. Don't mind me popping in here really quick to explain more in depth of what I'm meaning. So if you select this rosy red cheek color, you'll find out that it is this color. If you select the more cool shadow that looks like a desaturated blue, it is actually still in the warm. And if we just go ahead and move it closer to gray and white, not even changing the hue or anything, look at how blue it looks. And then if you bring it closer to the other blues, it starts to reveal itself as its true warmer color. And I think that is so crazy, and that is why I think it's so important to study from photos in real life, because for the longest time I felt like left out, like everyone else knew something that I didn't know. And I feel like this is one of those things. So you guys might know this, but I just wanted to share it in case you didn't. And so I was making these conscious decisions, and I was like, yes, girl. But I still feel like the painting kind of lacked contrast for quite a bit. I had to like deepen the darkness and brightness around to kind of really get it to pop later on. But I think I was doing really good, like way better than I normally do. And I'm excuse me, oh my gosh. So I'm like kind of proud of that, but there's still a lot of improvement to be done. And kind of going hand in hand with like color picking, I think I'm finally starting to grasp where saturated versus desaturated colors need to go, such as the background are very light, more desaturated blues, even a little bit of like purple in there, compared to her face, which is very saturated. I started realizing that shadows, depending on your style, kind of tend to go more desaturated. I used to always draw shadows like really like bright saturated red because that's what I kind of saw in like kind of anime art, and it can look good depending on the style. But anyway, really quick, I tried to film this with a camera and you can just watch as my camera slowly falls, and it is honestly like minorly anxiety inducing, but I thought it was really funny how it just went kerplunk and everything goes black. I think it's definitely wise to figure out how it's done in reality before warping it into, more fun colors, because that really messed me up for a long time when I was trying to study anime art and comic art, and I was like, damn, there's like a really bright blue in the shadow. And then I tried doing that on like a semi-realistic portrait where I just wanted like some like maybe blue light, and it was just awful. I'm just like, just go back to square one. I can do this. And I feel like I'm finally starting to build from the ground up again. And then just kind of bouncing back to another struggle I had was trying to be conscious throughout the entire process. I really tried to stay alert, when I was painting the shadows and like thinking of form. But when it came to that oversized shirt, I honestly just like spaced out, and I was like, I'm gonna put a fold here, I'm gonna put a fold there, you get a fold, everybody get a fold, Folds are something I think I'm gonna have to sit down and have a long, lengthy discussion with them, because oh my god, I don't even want to get into it. One day I'll sit down and study them, but for now I'm just kind of focusing on portraits, because at the end of the day, you can't slap an eye on a face and call it done, but I can slap a fold on a shirt and call it done and just be like, well, it's random, but I'll study it eventually, but whatever. Another kind of struggle, I don't really know, what other word can I use for struggle? I'm saying struggle like way too much. Scuffle. So another scuffle I had with this reference was the eyes. It's kind of crazy because I was flipping my canvas over and over, but it wasn't until like the 40-50 minute mark that I actually realized one of the eyes was like way higher than the other. And for a while, I was like, dang, this is looking good, I'm vibing, and I saw that the eye was like way up. It's rough. It is honestly rough because I try to be as conscious as I can, and there's just so much to think about, like the symmetricalness, the asymmetricalness, the gesture, the life, the design, gravity, how that's affecting it, all of that just in the sketch, and somehow the eyes just weren't symmetrical, and it's like so much to think about. It honestly boggles me when people say that art is something you're kind of born with, like, oh, you're so good at it, it's a raw talent, so natural. It's like, girl, no. There's so, like, our brains are like, it's like a computer. You have to process so much when it comes to drawing, and one day you don't have to process that much because it all becomes like natural because you've studied it for so long. And I am in the studying phase, and I am kind of sad that I neglected it for so long, because there's nothing more than I want. English? Hello? There's nothing more that I want than to create my own characters and my own comic. Oh my god, I want to create my comic so bad. And I can't because I'm not happy with my art. I could, but I don't want to sit there and struggle with the eye being sideways and the mouth not aligning when I'm drawing my comic. I want it to come natural and flowy. I want it to just, I'm gonna vomit it everywhere, I don't want to sit there and have to pause to fix things. So here I am studying so that life can be easier in the future. And all of these reasons is why I think you should study as well. Don't be like me where you wait, 3, 4, 5 years into loving drawing to actually sit down and, grasp the fundamentals. But anyway, here is the final. I'm actually, really proud of it, but I will say that I don't think it has much style. I think it obviously looks like a painted portrait, but I think the proportions are more so realistic than not. If you look at styles like Sam Does Arts or Colleen or even Ethan Becker, all the big YouTubers, they have like a very distinctive way that they draw, and I want to get there one day. I want to have like a style that people can look at and be like, that is deliberate, that is intentional, and that is awesome. And for now, it's just kind of, I guess, copying realism for now, and until I can pick apart things that I like maybe I like the eyes big, maybe I like the lips juicy, I guess I'll figure it out as I go. And yeah, that is it, guys. You can find me on Instagram, and that's the only social media I'm gonna say because I don't really have anything else set up. So yeah, peace skis.